There's a website called sarabji.com in sort of the early internet days of this guy who lived in New York City who would just take pictures of things that he would see as he walked around. It could have been a chair in the middle of the road or a person or whatever. And it taught me that a picture could tell a story. And I didn't identify this until much later, but I think looking back at that time, my little brain was understanding that, oh, this image can say something. And that's really cool, and then I can say something. So if I have a feeling or a story I want to say, I can do that through an image. And that, I don't think I've ever found anything else in my life where I can communicate like that. So when I was 14 or 15, I sort of got my hands on a still camera for the first time, and I don't know, it just clicked, like no pun intended. It worked really well for my brain in terms of seeing something in my head and then translating it onto film, and I really enjoyed that process. I think the ability for me to communicate is what I enjoy most about filmmaking and cinematography. I think when I'm making an image, I'm communicating something to an audience, and that's really nice. As an artist, I create art to communicate. Like that is sort of why I do it, I think. And so when I can make something that is telling the story and is received well, that's amazing. I started out as an assistant and kind of worked my way up that way. My first day as assistant was actually as a first AC, which is not normal. I was pulling focus on 35 on Steadicam, which is very difficult, and I didn't know how to do it, and I should never have been hired to do it, but it was on a low-budget music video and nobody knew better, so I got the opportunity to do it. And I say I shouldn't have been able to do it just because typically you hire experienced people, but sometimes there's nobody experienced available and you get to do it. I definitely learned a lot from that trial by fire type intro. The DP, Graham Verterfus, was very calm with me, and he knew that I didn't know what I was doing, so he kind of walked me through everything. And that was really important to have somebody like that, willing to, take somebody who's young, and I mean, I was 18 years old, and didn't know what they were doing, and just kind of teach them and be patient. I think if you're just starting out and you know you want to do something, you just have to try and do it. And you have to try and get out there and learn and ask people who already do it. It's really hard to do sometimes, and it's really hard to kind of build yourself up and do something that's uncomfortable. And most times we do something for the first time, it's uncomfortable in our lives. Nothing's comfortable until we've done it, but you have to just push yourself to do it the first time. And then the second time will be more comfortable than that, and the third and the fourth, and on and on. And whether that means you're actually going out and shooting something if you want to be a DP, or you're going out and being an assistant for somebody else and learning and watching, it's just the act of doing something, of pushing yourself to go forward and talk to people and not stay in your own head about it. Because no matter what you think is going on in your own head, once you get out there and do it, it's going to be different. And that is the collaborative aspect of filmmaking, and that is just trying a new thing.